Welcome back to Dishes with Lexi Food. Today I'm in the process of making some cheesy chicken bread. My ingredients today would be some onions, some peppers, different colors that I have. I have some chicken breasts. I have some Swiss cheese, Parmesan cheese. I have some mozzarella cheese. I have my bread. My seasoning today I will be using is garlic, salt, black pepper, complete seasoning, Lawry seasoning, and Mystique from Grill Mate. Alright guys, let's get started. Alright, so I already have my cooking frying pan already on the stove heated up. I'm going to go ahead and add in some oil. So that way I can go ahead and saute my onions and my peppers. Go ahead and add in my peppers. So for my chicken, as I stated before, I'm using chicken breast. I've already washed it and seasoned it already. So I'm going to go ahead and let my peppers and onions marinate into the grease. I'm going to take them out, and then I'm going to go ahead and proceed to cook my chicken. Please go ahead and continue to brown up just a bit. I'm just going to put a tad bit of black pepper in with my onions and peppers, just a little bit. Give them a quick toss. And I tell you, it smells so good just having the onions and the bell peppers to all blend the flavors together. It smells so delicious. I'm not going to cook them too soft because I really want them to be able to stand out when I get ready to add them to my cheesy chicken bread. It's going to be amazing. Oh my god, it smells delicious, guys. Alright, so I've already taken out my onions and peppers out of the grease. I'm going to use the same grease that I marinated my onions and peppers. I'm going to go ahead and start cooking my chicken breasts. Go ahead and make some in. Let that go ahead and cook up, and I'll give them a flip within 5 minutes. So I went ahead and flipped over my chicken to the next side to begin to cook. When I tell you guys the aroma of the seasoning that I have marinated the chicken in, it smells so delicious. Oh my god, if you guys could smell this. I'm gonna let this continue to cook. So what I'm going to do is, as I let it continue to cook, I don't want it to fry where it's like a hard fry coating on the chicken. I'm going to go ahead and add my top to it. So that way it kind of steams the chicken where it keeps all the moist and the flavor as it marinates inside of the chicken. So the bread that I'm going to be using is called Pan Sobeo sweet bread. You can get this from your local Walmart store. It's some really good bread. Really good bread. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to add just a little bit of my onions and bell pepper that I already sauteed. I'm going to add just a little bit back on there as I continue to steam my chicken. It'll steam some of this good flavor of the onions and bell peppers. I'm gonna let you guys get this a little bit close so that you can just get a nice smell of this good steamed chicken with peppers and onions. Man, this smells good. Alright, so I pretty much took my chicken out of the pan with the onions and the bell peppers. I cleaned the bottom of the pan, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the chicken and I'm going to slightly cut it up just a bit so that I can add my layers of cheese on it. Also, I have my stove preheating on 350. So as you can tell, I've already went through and I began to cut through the pieces of the chicken breast. I don't want them to be shredded. I just want them to kind of have little chunks. So as you can tell, I'm just cutting through with my knife so that way they're like chunks of chicken versus shredded of chicken. Alright, so this is how my chicken came out as I went through and just cut it into pieces. Not too much shredded, but just cut it into pieces. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and open up my Swiss cheese. I'm going to lay layers of cheese on top of this. I'm going to put it in my oven and let it cook, brown a little bit for about maybe 2 to 3 minutes. So just add a few pieces of Swiss cheese on top of the chicken. And also, better than putting it in the oven with regular baking it, put it on broil, low broil, so that way it doesn't dry the meat out, but it'll just give it a nice coating on top of the chicken so the cheese can melt. So just like that. Okay, so I'm going to take my grater and I'm going to go ahead and shred up some of this provolone cheese to garnish over my chicken once it comes out with the Swiss cheese. Alright, so as you can tell, I just took my chicken out of the broiler and I let the Swiss cheese melt on top. So now I'm going to go ahead and go to the next step. Okay, so what I did was I went ahead and cut the ends of the bread. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut it down the middle of the bread so that I can stuff my cheese and chicken on my bread. So you're going to open up the bread like this. And pretty much if you have like a lot of the inner pieces like this, you're going to start taking it out because you want your chicken cheese to be able to sit evenly in the inside of the bread. So you're going to take it out, just pluck it out like that. Or if you choose, you can just let it stay in there. But I think it sits better when you kind of make it a little flatter. Okay, I'm going to continue this process and I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, so I'm going to just add just one coating of mayonnaise on both sides. This is optional. You don't want to add it, you don't have to. Then I'm going to add some pieces of mozzarella cheese. Like that. Then we're gonna add a layer of chicken. Then I'm gonna add some shredded mozzarella on top of this on both sides. Y'all know I love cheese, so of course I have to put enough cheese on here. But the cheese is optional, however much you like. Just like that. I'm gonna add some of my shredded provolone cheese on top of that. And then to top it off, I'm gonna put some of these caramel sauteed onions and peppers on top. And I'm gonna put it in my boiler for about 5 to 8 minutes. Just like that. Alright guys, there you have it. You have your chicken cheese bread dashed with a little bit of peppers and onions on one, and just cheese and chicken on the other one. Alright guys, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you'll know when I upload videos with more delicious banging dishes. Thank you for joining Dishes with Lexi Fullwood.